Franchise.
Get in like the Marines.
Franchise.
Yeah.
Franchise.
We're in.
Franchise. Franchise the damn thing.
Welcome to Franchise Addicts, a podcast that usually covers franchise movies, but right now we are covering a TV show. That TV show's Alien Earth. And today we are going to be covering the last two episodes, missed a week, but we are back to talk about episode 4 and episode 5. Episode 4 named Observation, and episode 5 In Space, No One... ...
Good stuff.
So
Yeah, we're diving in.
Missed that week, but I will say episode 4, very much another filler episode. I actually thought 4 was better than 3. Kind of what I was asking for on our last episode was that the show would at least show that they were going to do a little bit more than just setups until the end of the season. They did that. In 4, they added a little bit more, still kind of a setup. And then in 5, In Space, No One is basically a miniature alien movie.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Comes in at, I think, an hour. It was a longer episode.
Yeah, it was just under an hour. So that was smart. That was a smart thing that they did there to save that whole, skirmish on the ship and give you it halfway through.
Without getting into too much detail, though, Chris, where are you at right now, about midpoint of the season? How are you feeling?
Yeah. So, as it was revealed last time, I don't think I love this show. Like, I just don't.
Well, TV shows is what he's forgetting to mention. He doesn't love TV shows.
Plenty of wonderful television shows. I'm looking at you, Murder, She Wrote. It's a classic. I've been
For a reason.
Absolutely. But no, this series, I wasn't loving it as much. The 4th episode, I don't believe, changed too much of that. Although the Nibs storyline starts there.
Yeah, we get a little bit more interesting stuff with Nib. I mean, we were kind of guessing that was going to be the case. They had to do something with her acting so weird in episode 3, so they paid that off a little bit in 4.
Yep, like that. And then the 5th episode, yeah, like I said off the top, smart idea to, allow yourself to revisit this opening, story that they come to as the tail end of it's happening when the series starts, and to go back and have that kind of mini alien movie to use the different, people in various stages of cryo sleep as a way to kind of have the plot go forward. I thought was good.
A lot of stupidity happening, but that happens in Alien and Aliens and Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection and Prometheus and Covenant. So it kind of is the stock horror movie-ness of the franchise, is that you have to have people do stupid stuff or else nothing would ever happen. That's interesting to watch.
For sure. But the 5th episode, in my opinion, was the best one yet. And I think that's...
So let me
go.
Let me pose a question for you, because I was thinking about this last night. If you took this episode 5, we've been kind of waiting for, because we saw bits and pieces of what happened on the ship before or at the start of the season.
Right at the start.
If you take this episode and make it episode 2, so you go 1, 5, then episode 2, which essentially would be, you have the kind of setup in episode 1 that shows what's happening on the ship. It also gives you a little bit of detail about what is going on Earth. Then you get episode 2, which would then just be, this is what happened on the ship that we teased in the first episode. And then the real episode 2, which would then be episode 3, would basically take over from when Morrow at the end of episode 5 gets into the container, basically, so that he can crash land and survive, and go right into it crashing and then the recovery team.
I don't know. I guess because I haven't seen the other episodes, but my thought is that it would be too top heavy. Like, I think because I think perhaps the middle, this was maybe done because of, you know, the kind of like, we'll start strong, we'll finish strong, but then we need all this filler. And there's that curse of the modern TV show, right? Is that it's like a 3 to 4 hour movie, but we got to make it 10. So add some shit.
This is going to blow you away, Chris. Do you know what this show reminds me of?
What?
Fargo.
That's crazy.
No, it's insane. Same creator, but same style. This, I kind of had the same feelings. I'm probably a little bit more positive than you, but going through this, watching episode by episode, it reminds me a lot of watching episode by episode with Fargo, where I'm like, wow, these first 2 episodes are just cracking. This is awesome. And then you get 2 filler episodes and you're like, do I even like this show? And then you get like a banger, kind of like 5. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's why I'm watching this show. And everything that I was anticipating got set up before. So it's not like it's just out of nowhere cool. And then I like have to retroactively think back and be like, maybe 3 was fine. Maybe 4 was fine. Maybe like if in 4 years I like rewatched this season, I'd be like, oh yeah, that held together super well. But I'm kind of in this weird middle area where like we finally got the episode that we've been waiting for. And all of those filler episodes did contribute towards making the enhancement of what happened in this episode better. Because like you actually know what the predators, the various different beings that they have on the ship, are going to do. Mm-hmm. So it's not a lot of like shock and awe. It is more like you get to do the horror, like, no, don't go. No, what are you doing?
Well, and you have the whole new, the new burst, the new ingestion. So there is that. There's brand new body horror introduced into it.
Yeah, but we wouldn't have known necessarily how the death was going.
We didn't know going into 5. They drank that shit. The guy drank the stuff that the worm squirted into. And I didn't know it was going to happen. Did you? I was like, ooh, that was actually probably one of the most exciting parts of the episode.
I wouldn't say I was shocked that by ingesting a blood-sucking parasite that it sucked the blood out of your internal organs as opposed to just doing it through your skin, which is also like an organ. It's just external. It was
going to be some crazy shit.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, especially with like the eyeball monster guy, like we know a little bit more about what he is capable of doing. So like when he jumps into the human, I was more just like, oh yeah, you finally did it. Not like, oh my God, I can't believe it can do that.
Still don't know how I feel about the eyeball monster. Like they're really trying to make it a thing. We're trying to make eyeball monster a thing.
Is eyeball monster the hero of this story, Chris?
No. Like,
did you hear him knocking? He was trying to warn the lady officer, the science officer, who was eating a sandwich while working with bugs and gross shit and leaving her water bottle open like an idiot. But the sandwich was worse. I understand the water bottle thing. I currently have a water bottle that I have the cap off. But just, I mean, I have pets in the house, so leaving like a sandwich out is just asking for, stuff to wiggle in there.
Yeah. So I don't know. To answer your question, I think that the pacing is done well, and I think that the truth is probably that this is a decent show. It's not great, and it has I don't know, the filler episodes are filler episodes, and if the series as a whole is like we feel like good after it ends, just like we feel good after this episode ends, we can look back with rose-colored glasses and be like, oh yeah, it wasn't so bad. They had to do that. They had to get where they needed to go. And if it's less, so whatever. That's just the way that you have to pace television, I guess, because otherwise, I don't know, it would be too crazy.
It would be. I wouldn't even really bring up the pacing if it wasn't. I mean, it's only an 8-episode season, so you do kind of have to kick it into somewhat of a gear. I do know that this show is pretty expensive. I think it was over like $300 million to make, And so a season 2, like the numbers are going to have to be pretty good on people tuning into Hulu and live on FX for them to get a season 2. And I think Hawley is currently writing this season 1 with hopes that there are additional seasons because, I mean, it's a humongous world. You can kind of go anywhere, and he's setting up really big ideas. He's not really just setting up like, hey, if this only gets one season, I think people will be okay with it.
Yeah. I mean, I'll still watch it. It's not my favorite piece of Alien franchise material thus far, but it's not my least favorite. And so, yeah, I mean, we're doing it. 5 was a welcome surprise. Yeah, I liked 5. But do we want to talk about 4?
Yeah, we can talk about 4. This is definitely upper mid tier Alien. Because, like, bad Alien's pretty bad, man.
Yeah? I don't know.
Like, this is... All right, this is better than AVP. This is better than AVP Requiem. This is better than Alien Resurrections.
Uh-huh.
This is better
Draw the line.
than...
I'm not giving Alien. Oh, Romulus, I would say it's in the same vein, but I would give it to Romulus
No way.
At this point for straight up.
Maybe the first 20 minutes of Romulus. Everything after that sucks.
So, okay, that's up for debate. But what I would say that...
So it's not better than Alien, it's not better than Aliens, it's not better than Covenant, and it's not better than Prometheus.
Yeah, and then 3 is like...
Well, 3 is better than all of those, so...
If you like hallway chases that never end. But,
David Fincher Alien TV series... Have you seen Mindhunter?
That's what everyone... Yeah, so good that they never brought it back for season 3. Did Fincher do all of that? I feel like he didn't do all of it.
No, he did one of those...
episode or 2.
He like set the style by directing the pilot episode, and then was like a like... Exactly. I don't even think he was like a lead writer on it. I think he was just executive producing it from there.
Oh.
But so executive producers still get to like hire the people that they like, and like I said, they get to set a style guide for how things get shot going forward.
That's what you do when your name is David Fincher.
You did that with House of Cards, and you did it with Mindhunter.
It's a common thing to have famous people go in, and even Ben Stiller, he doesn't direct all the episodes of Severance.
Directed a lot of them this last season.
He did, but anyways.
All right.
We digress.
Episode 4. What happened in episode 4?
Good.
So we get a weird answer to Wendy passing out at the end of episode 3, which is that apparently they all realized that she was there and just went about their business anyway, and then brought her back to get checked out. So not a dream, and everything happened.
Not caring, yeah, just treating her like a piece of machinery,
which
she is.
Yeah, can literally shut her hearing off. You can take away her agency by doing that. But then Boy walks in, the Boy Kavalier, and he is all business. He doesn't care about the nurturing from the other science mother and father that Wendy has, and wants to get to the bottom of the alien noises.
Yeah. Sorry about the leaf blowers in the background, everybody.
Dude, he's so rich, he gets his lawn manicured every other day.
That's right. Yes, keep going. Yes. Sorry, I just had to talk to him.
I don't hear you sweating out there.
Yep. That's nice work.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah, the back 40 next. The back 40 next.
When you host a podcast, this is the life you live.
So Wendy's, we get to see that she not only can hear noises higher than human limits, she can also then encode them and then
reproduce them?
Reproduce them at a human level.
She can do a hell of an alien impression. I thought all that was stupid. I thought all that was dumb, and I was like, "What?" I mean,
I'm so on board with you that like Wendy being the main character, the Wendy like boy thing. Like I like Boy Kavalier the character, but anytime that he's interacting with Wendy or like that other girl that's trying to jack Wendy's spot, I'm out. I'm on my phone. I do not care. Then Morrow shows up and I'm good.
yeah. So you just don't like when Boy interacts with the robot women?
I like it when he talks to Timothy Oliphant.
Okay.
I like I literally like when he talks to anyone else. Just not any of those. I think I'm out on the Lost Boys.
Okay.
Get the fucking Lost Boys out of this show.
Yeah, they suck. The only thing you might get is Nibs is going to go crazy, and that might be cool. That's it. Otherwise, Lost Boys suck. That whole plot line is like, take me inside your whatever. Yeah. Dumb.
Well,
dumb.
And they even like fixed it kind of with the episode 5 where Morrow at the end of it is talking to Yutani and she's just basically like to her other people, like give him whatever he wants to break in. Why don't we just leave it at that? Why does he have to have an inside like kid that he's essentially like verbally molesting all the time?
Grooming.
Yeah.
It's and the boy is so young and like it's just
he's so
I don't know.
stupid, and then we had to introduce that he has a family and he has to like talk to his mom while
Your parents.
We're so proud of you, Harush.
It has gone so far like trying to make it like the worst thing that you could do to a child that I no longer want to watch it on TV anymore. I'm like, I get it. Bad stuff happens to kids. I don't need to watch it in my shit.
Yeah. No, it's not my favorite plot line at all. So that keeps going. What else happens in episode 4? Nibs, starts to go crazy. Love that.
Yeah, we've got the Nibs announcement to the scientist mother, father, Dame Sylvia. I can't remember what the dude's name is. But she shocks them by saying that she's pregnant.
Yeah.
And I like how the male scientist dude's like, that's not possible. And Dame Sylvia's like, she doesn't know she's a machine yet.
Let her think. So yeah, that's interesting.
Giving birth to AI Jesus, I believe is what I called him.
You did. So this will be...
Is there something like beyond an immaculate conception? Because like in an immaculate conception, at least the woman that is conceiving is capable of conceiving. Like this is conception without a female host and without a male host. So this is just out of nothing.
Yeah, out of nothing. I think it's I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think she's really got a baby inside her.
Maybe she has like a computer virus inside of her.
That's what that feels like. Moral sickness.
If you were a computer and you had a line of code written in you that was telling you that you were pregnant because it wanted you to like feel like you're giving birth, so you have to USB attach yourself to a computer to like get this thing out, and then the virus gets in. Could be something like that.
It's just it's like a scam.
Yeah.
It's like a prince from, where are they from usually? Nairobi? No. You know what I mean?
Like
those guys.
Yeah. Those people.
So, well, the classic scam.
Yeah.
Which I actually got one of those today. They were like, hello, do you have a moment? It's someone that we both know. I was like, this is weird that this person would be asking me if I have a moment on email. And I was like, I'm kind of busy right now. They're like, great. Well, I wanted to reward some of our colleagues by getting gift cards. So can you get them and get yourself one, and I'll reimburse you?
Nice. I love it. That's how you do it.
Oh, yeah. So anyways, I've got the gift cards. I'm just waiting to get reimbursed.
You'll definitely be reimbursed probably early next week.
Absolutely. I can't wait. So she gets, she's thinking she's pregnant. She's going to be weird. That's cool. I like to see where it goes. There's not much else I have to say about it, except just like, thankfully, a lost boy, or in this case, girl, thread is going somewhere that is maybe interesting.
Yeah, and then the other Lost Boy thread that's less interesting is Morrow trying to coerce our young friend there to let him in to the secret Neverland base, and not having a lot of success with that. So Morrow has to take it up to another level. He figures out the kid's last name literally by just asking him, and because he wants to be friends. You know, obviously friends know each other's last names. That's how it goes. That's how I've learned. So yeah, Morrow learns his last name. He's then able to find his family, who he probably just looked in a phone book.
Terminator style.
Yeah. He's like, there's
Hell yeah.
there's
Terminator
50 of
used
these
the
last
phone
names. Why did his name have to be Patel?
So many. He's like, God damn it.
I gotta survey the entire country of India.
Be here all night.
How many of you parents had a kid who had leukemia that was taken away from you a couple years ago?
Just got to hit the message boards. So, yeah, that's the other plot line and whatever. I mean, that goes on.
Well, that careens into Wendy's brother being on the island together with her. Hermit is there. He is being employed kind of against his will, kind of not. His whole job is going to be basically, hey, check out Wendy. She seems like your sister. All good. That's your job for the rest of your life, just making sure that she seems like your sister. Oh, by the way, if you ever do want to leave, we did give you a free lung, and you're then going to have to pay that off for the rest of your life. So, pick.
They did him dirty.
I did.
Yeah,
Hermit boy.
Lung in.
Although,
and it doesn't seem like the lung necessarily was a problem in the first place.
no,
Like,
they were seeing what that alien embryo thing was going to do to flesh.
So he's done dirty. Again, I don't really care about this character.
You don't care about Joe Hermit?
No, I mean, I don't know. The brother sister thing isn't. I don't know. Like, we'll see. I'm sure they could do something cool with it. And
you didn't like the part where she killed the alien behind a blast door, and then he laid down next to her and cried. And then the next thing we know, he has to work for the company their entire life, and they have to be together again.
I didn't like that so much.
Not great.
That was the best.
Who also thinks that is not great is the other Lost Boys who don't get to have their family members on the island with them.
Yeah,
they raise a big stink about that, and it looks like they are going to create a labor union and bring that in front of Boy Kavalier. And I'm sure Boy really appreciates and likes unions, and will definitely work with them hand in hand,
foot in hand.
If I was Boy Kavalier, I would just kill all their families.
Fuck.
Or I would tell them.
You tell them.
Oh yeah.
Oof.
I would show them video. I would go full like Darth Vader. I'd be like,
that's not Darth Vader. That's literally like ISIS, dude.
Cool. It's the new world, man. 5 companies running the world. They decided that governments weren't cutting it anymore, so they decided to give power over to companies. Do you know what companies do? They cut out loss.
It's so different than how it's happening now. Yeah. It's so weird. Wow. So I'm so thankful for the moral and like whatever, all the guidance that our current system has.
I suppose it's
free of corporate influence.
The carrot is always better than the stick. So you probably do want to get at least a couple missions out of them with the promise of like, hey, if you complete this mission, then you can see your family.
I would go with that route.
Yeah, then kill them. But actually have them be dead.
Make AI parents.
That might be what Morrow is looking to do. We'll get into episode 5 soon.
Let's do it.
Did I break
anything else you want to say about 4?
Nah, that's about it. So 4, basically, what did we learn from 4? So at the end of the episode, Wendy, Xenomorph has gotten out of its little holding container, the one that was on the lung. Wendy is able to talk to it. They have a conversation. She calms it down. That's kind of the last impact of episode 4, is Wendy is capable of communicating with the Xenomorph.
Awesome. Very, very cool.
Bang! Episode 5. Let's get into Real Alien.
Yeah, let's get into it.
So we are back on the ship, the Maginot.
Mm-hmm.
And we basically just go from beginning to end here. What happened? How did it happen? And we end up back at the beginning with Morrow getting into that little slidey case, letting the second officer, who I believe then takes over, and does a terrible job. I want to talk a little bit about Morrow, that character. If anything changed in your mind about him now that we finally see what occurred on the ship, do you feel more positive? Like, is he I don't want to say a better character, but like from a moral standpoint, do you give him more of a moral pass for what happened on the ship?
Not really. I mean, he's just doing his job. And his job is to kill people, but he made that choice, and so you can't do that, Morrow. I don't care if you had if you had a daughter and this is like some weird thing you've been doing for 65 years and blah 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 blah. Not so much, but maybe a little. I guess that's not a really good answer, but it's true.
That's fair. I would say that I give him largely a moral pass for everything that happened on the ship. I think he was just going very utilitarian style. We need to save the cargo. These guys are in a containment area, and something's going wrong. We have to just shut the doors and let that be and fix problems that we can actually fix. Again, he's dealing with a lot of stupidity that's going on this ship. Like, they've watched facehuggers jump onto people, and yet they're not protecting themselves in rooms with facehuggers. And
reminds me of the pandemic.
Yeah, I know, dude.
Just watching those maskless people.
If I sound muffled, I am masked up right now on recording, even though I am in an entire house by myself.
Well,
but I learned that variants of the COVID vaccine might potentially be able to be stored within your pets. So watch out.
Damn.
Your pet's got COVID.
That is a good that's a good shout out. So these people are stupid. These people are just being stupid, and they are getting in face hugged, and Morrow is just he's maybe the most the smartest, most ablest body person that there is on the ship. And now I know where I know the original captain from, Risha Morjani. She was the detective in the last season of Fargo.
I said that on our first episode.
Very good. I know you did. I didn't. I went one ear out the other, but this episode I was like, "Who is that? I know who that is. That's really something."
Do you know who the science officer is?
No.
She is Ragavi from Severance, who is also bad at medical stuff in that show too.
Yeah. She's not very good. She is a real MacGyver approach to anything medical.
Yeah. Which, again, not a Severance podcast, but spoiler for the last half of season 2 of Severance. What? What was she doing? Why is she a character in that show? She did nothing.
It was a red herring, I think, ultimately.
It's the worst red herring of all time.
It was a big one, but ultimately nothing matters with that whole reintegration. I mean, I guess
if I could go back and get all the time spent on all the podcasts I listened to recapping Severance that talked about Ragavi and what she was going to do medically and what she was to the company before she left and was trying to get him, I'm like,
so much speculation.
No,
that's okay.
Doesn't matter.
Maybe she's going to come back for season 3. You don't know.
Oh, I think she's locked in Alien. Oh, actually, she's not locked in Alien Earth because she dies. So yeah, we get to see her interacting with the various predator alien life forms that are on the ship. When we do, the Xenomorph is already out. Xenomorph out immediately. It figured out its containment way faster than the other guys. And so it's been patrolling around the ship, killing various people. They are still acting pretty casual. They're like, oh yeah, I think one of them's loose. What are you going to do? killed one of our guys, face hugged a couple. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. It was cool to see the when they were in the little like. I mean, definitely all the symmetry with the original Alien as far as the observation room that they have.
Yeah, everything
reminiscent of the first, and then the different things like we tried to cut the tail off, and then the acid blood cut through their like those are some cool variations of things that could.
I did not see. Well, I kind of did see because they said when they were in the recovery episode when they're on the crash ship, they're like, "Oh, these two people died of like some toxic gas." So I was waiting for that to happen, and then bang, with that tick trying to pull it off of those internal organs, just zapped them.
Yeah.
Don't breathe the green smoke.
No, that's a new thing that happens when they break out. They've got crazy ass killer gas.
I wonder if all these like predator alien life forms have like that kind of kill switch at the end. That they're like, "Oh, I'm fucked. I'm going to take everyone down," like a Japanese soldier in World War II.
Kamikaze feature. I don't know, but at least some do. That's what we do know. I mean, it's maybe the eyeball monster will do something really cool.
Dude, I am standing by it. Eyeball monster, good guy. Or at least he wants to take down all of the other creatures on the ship before he deals with the humans. He's like, these human beings, like, they got nothing. They suck. I got to take out the heavy hitters, and then I'll deal with them.
One eyeball at a time.
We don't really know what happens to Miss Second in Command / leader when that door closes and the alien dude, like, did he just knock her out? Because she wasn't harmed really in any way other than being passed out on the floor. And, he only attacked the Xenomorph. He wasn't going after Morrow.
Well, these are things that we'll have to find out. That's a good point, though.
Yeah. So yeah, we got alien dude. He's tapping on the glass, trying to get the science officers' attention. She is dealing with our leech, blood-sucking parasite thingies that are so gross. That is the type of lizard bug creature thing that I'm not into. I can deal with most bugs and rid them from my home, but if I lived in like the Southwest or in Hawaii, and they had those little gecko things around, out.
That's not so bad,
dude. Have you ever seen those? They're eyeballs, and they can fucking scurry around, and you never know where they're gonna end up. Next thing you know, you're sleeping. That thing's in your goddamn mouth, trying to, go down your throat.
I guess that could happen. I wonder how many people swallow lizards.
75 a year.
I know you do a lot of bugs, but I wonder, the lizard, I think that would be jarring if that happened.
I think that whole, you swallow 8 spiders a year, or, in your lifetime or whatever, that I heard in grade school is, really false.
I don't know, man.
I think most people sleep with their mouth shut. I'm just gonna say that.
Well, I snore, so I don't. So I've maybe swallowed even more spiders.
Could be. Maybe they're the cure, or maybe they're the cause.
I do.
Have you ever thought about that? Maybe you have a spider caught in your throat and you don't realize it.
That's what I'm always telling people when I can't think of what to say. I've got a spider caught my throat.
Got a bug in my throat.
Got just a spider.
So yeah, we see the leech monster thing get out of its containment. It breaks containment because she didn't put the final security thing. I believe the actress who was playing the science officer, who is Ragavi from Severance, she said that she was trying to act like a person who had been in space for the amount of time that she had been in space, working with these creatures and stuff like that, and had become so familiar and so locked into what they're doing that all of the safety protocols are just gone. It's basically if you work in a dangerous factory all the time, by eventually you're not going to notice all the stuff that can kill you around you all the time because you just are there.
Get used to it.
Yeah. So
not that big of a deal.
that was their explanation for why she's, throwing around a bologna sandwich, even though she knows that, like, the creatures are attracted to food and she's been starving them and all this sort of stuff that, you're not supposed to bring food around a hungry dog because they will just fucking eat you.
That's right. Not good.
Not good. Not good at all. So she gets splooged in her water. Super gross.
And then the long shots of the cup. That was cool.
Dude,
I like that.
Cut back to that cup with those things swimming in there over and over. And then they sit down for the goddamn meal and she's got her water bottle and she's giving...
They focus on it. Yeah.
She's giving that
was good.
That dummy engineer who doesn't know a fucking thing about any... What a choice. What a writing choice. It's like, hey, did you think that the maintenance guys in the original Alien movie, like, were kind of dim-witted and dumb and lower class? Bet. We'll make these guys even worse.
Yeah, they're following the same tradition.
This fucking Cockney dude is just like, he got tricked by a half your pie trick. Like, that's something I do to a 4-year-old.
They're not the smartest. You can tell by the dirt that's visibly on their face.
I did like when he was like, hey, you got me with that one last week. You're not getting me this time, buddy.
They're not the brightest. It's just, it's funny too. I just like that they're like, make sure that they have dirt all over their faces at all times. So that's how we know, like, oh yeah, they work underneath the ship and they're dirty all the time.
Okay, let me tighten that screw.
Yeah, like they never wash their face. Like maybe they're just not always like, oh, like what a like insulting thing to be like, if you are kind of a blue collar worker, you don't even give a shit if your face is totally full of dirt. You're fine with that. Come on.
I mean, you've
shown some respect.
You've been to the old car mechanic shop and, they're still wiping that grease off their hands when they're checking you out.
They're not all like super fucking dirty.
Yeah, we kind of get like a 10-minute period where all of the different types of aliens have enacted their revenge on these people for taking them off their planet. So yeah, the one engineer, he drinks the water, he gets blood sucked. Regavi gets blood sucked. We've got the captain of the ship, and who's the guy that the second in command was fucking?
I'm not good with this.
He was like the chief medical officer, I think.
Yeah, I got the cast thing online is not very good.
No.
So yeah, but that guy.
That guy. Yeah, I think he was one of the medical officers. He got face sucked, and I believe that happened. Well, they essentially decide to lock him in a cryo chamber, which is what fans of Alien have been crying out for since 1979. Why don't you just put the infected into a cryotube, deal with it once you are not on a ship anymore? Turns out that doesn't work.
They just bust through.
And Noah Hawley came out and said that he essentially wanted to do that for all the people out there that have been crying about that for the last 50 years.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Stuck it to him.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, that makes sense. So yeah, they would break out of that shit. They literally did. In Alien 3, in the beginning, the aftermath shows something like that.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been one of those cried about things all the time that people are like, well, they just freeze them. Doesn't work, gets out of containment, and it even like makes it look like there's someone still in there. So little tricksy little devil, that xenomorph, and it is patrolling back around. It becomes the main threat as we go, and all these other crew members are dying out pretty rapidly. We get the gas that takes out the two guys that are trying to take out the leeches from the science officer or the engineer that's been infected. And then we get the xenomorph showdowns. So the eyeball monster is broken containment. It's out in the world. What does it take over first? It doesn't take over the dude first. It took over something else, I thought. Or did it jump on him right away?
It might have. I mean, there was that goat that we saw before. But yeah, I think it's just the dude.
So yeah, plucked out his eye, replaced it. Takes control of the body. I mean, that guy definitely lost a lot of his personality, but I thought he still had a very... a very friendly face. I think Eyeball Monster, he's a violent fella, but I think he's got some good in him.
I don't know. Seems like a real jerk to me.
But what I really want to get to, Chris, is the fight. Eyeball Monster in Chief Engineer body versus Xenomorph. And
Showdown for the ages.
this was both hilarious and slightly compelling. I thought a lot of the action was pretty goofy.
Yeah, definitely goofy action happening there.
Like a couple, like the dude like jumping on the back of the Xenomorph and like trying to bite like behind its ears was funny.
Stupid. Yeah, I don't need the Xenomorph in this whole series is kind of like, you're losing me. You're losing me.
Do you think
It's too much of a guy in a suit.
Yeah, do you think they went too practical? They're like, oh man, we're gonna kill him with this practical stuff, and now it's just like, yeah, that just looks like a guy in a suit that another guy is beating up.
Yep. They did. It's not. I don't know. They don't hide it at all. It's not slimy at all. Like it just looks dumb. Like I don't know, and it looks like a rubber like suit pretty much. I don't know. It's not really good for me.
The first interaction with Xenomorph in Covenant for how you want to do close, tight room action with the Xenomorph.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. The one of 3 good parts of Covenant.
So the whole movie is just 3 parts, 3 acts, each one great.
The ending's good. Anything with David and that first initial fight. That's it. Everything else, pretty boring.
That's like the whole movie.
I did
David.
David's film. It is David's. Well, they're making a 3rd one.
Are you sure?
I feel confident. If this show is successful, Ridley Scott's gonna pull it. He says he has to have a good idea first, which Ridley, if you were gonna make 2 movies and it was always supposed to be 3, why don't you have any ideas?
It's just that's how
if the alien universe is hot on the streets, you have to have at least like 3 ideas from back in the day that you can just like green light this thing and then write what you want.
Yeah, you'd think that he would have some idea, but I don't know. I guess he's got writer's block, and maybe he had some. I'm sure he had some ideas, and maybe he then later thought they were dumb or
just have fast.
I don't know, but
have Fassbender write it.
I hope that we get something someday.
Yeah, I think it'll happen within the next 5 years.
Okay, holding you to it.
Lock it in.
So the fight happens. Yes, funny,
Goofy,
stupid,
very dumb. We don't see what happens with Eyeball Monster and Xenomorph after they go behind their own blast doors, and it's just the eyeball out of the human being attacking. So we know the eyeball is alive. We know the Xenomorph makes it to Earth, and I guess we'll see what the next episode is going to bring about. Let's talk a little bit more about Morrow. He's kind of the main character here for this entire episode. He is citing various parts of the contract, parts of the code, parts of who takes control when the commanding officer is out. Seems like that amendment that he keeps talking about, that the security officer, while he's conducting a criminal investigation, gets to be in charge of the whole entire ship. Seems like you could just immediately from the first day that you take off be like, you, sir, are under criminal investigation, and therefore I am in control of the ship.
Yeah, I mean, that's a move. I feel like that's been done in history. I don't know. Like
yeah, it is.
Presidents and stuff.
Yeah, it's essentially what Crimson Tide is about, which is a mutiny.
Oh, I thought that was about a menstrual cycle. Oh, buddy.
I could have tossed that.
Hey, they're all zingers here. I just going to throw out his great jokes. Yeah, well, there was one.
Have you ever seen Crimson Tide?
Nope. I know it has Sean Connery, and it's about submarines?
That's The Hunt for Red October.
Red October.
It is about submarines. It has Gene Hackman and Denzel Washington, and is directed by Michael Bay.
Hell yeah.
And it's super good. It is legitimately an incredible movie. Soundtrack by Hans Zimmer before the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Cool.
Bum bum ba-da-dum bum ba-da-dum bum ba-da-da-dum.
I'm not
Maybe the most iconic movie score of the last 25 years.
I don't know.
Bum bum
I don't
ba-da-dum
know.
bum ba-da-dum bum ba-da-da-dum.
I don't even know that. If you hum that, you'd be like, "What is that?" It'd be like, "I don't know. Sounds like a silly barrel
You
thing."
hate fun.
That's something that everyone should know about me.
Do you know who also hates fun? Morrow. Morrow is a very serious guy. So he is essentially taking control of the ship. The second in command lady, she's still fighting him through this entire way, but she can't make any decisions that are helpful at all. She literally can only just cry about the dude that she's been sleeping with while everyone else was in cryo sleep. And then she's calling home to her family saying that she fell in love. I suppose, I mean, if you're going to be gone for 65 years on a mission, might as well fall in love. Because everyone that you knew when you left on the mission is dead, more than likely.
Yeah.
I don't know what the lifespan of people on this version of Earth are. 65 years usually takes out an entire generation.
It's a pretty big swath there. So, yeah, good female character writing on Noah Hawley's part. She just couldn't do anything, because she was sad and crying and talking about some dude.
Dude, he makes it up with Nibs and Wendy.
Okay. So that happens. And
it's not like we've just essentially plucked many of the main stereotypes for women. Just like person who is in charge but can't really handle it. Girl who thinks she's pregnant but may or may not be. But her kid could be the savior of the world. And then Wendy, who's like the most special girl that's ever lived. But she has to, get in the good graces of her quote-unquote father.
Yeah, some stereotypical stuff. But I feel like Noah Hawley's done some decent female characters in Fargo. Probably.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of transitioned to only caring about female characters in Fargo. Except for that one Danish dude in that last season who was a clay monster from Eternity.
Okay. Yeah. I kind of.
I liked that guy.
So we can't.
You should put him in the Xenomorph costume. He was huge.
He was a big gentleman. So male centric sci-fi is male centric.
That go that far. Ripley is the lead character of all the Aliens movies.
But it is, yes. And
women are main characters of almost every Alien movie.
And that was a thing that was kind of a tradition that they started, and good for them. And Sigourney Weaver was great. I'm just saying in general, like the fans, right? Like huge fans of the Alien franchise.
Yeah.
Mostly do.
Yeah. And folks, listen out there. I'm going to leave most of that in. Most of the time I cut all of this. They are just jokes and over exaggerations, and basically
they're living listening.
Yeah, that's also true. Also, just largely pointing out that it is so heavy-handed what some of the writing in TV and movies are doing that it is fun to just make fun of it.
That's right.
That is right. Anything else on episode 5?
No, it was better than the others.
I really dug the first 2 episodes of the series, man. I thought the first 2 episodes are great. I'll stand by it. Like, it kicked off really, really well. It gave me enough to get through 3 and 4 and get to 5. I think the show's going to end up at 8 in a really good spot. We haven't even gotten enough of, like, Timothy Olyphant, his character, figuring that out a little bit more. He's kind of he's just around. I need some action out of him.
It's coming. You've got 3 episodes to go.
And then I need
do.
them to heavy pivot season 2 away from Lost Boys.
Yeah, scan the bad needle drops.
Is it getting annoying for you? I was gonna ask if those are getting annoying.
Yep, I love Cherub Rock. It's a great song. It was so stupid where they used it. I don't need and it's just almost
just out of nowhere.
So here you go. It's a
guys, it's Smashing Pumpkins. You all love Smashing Pumpkins.
Why would they use that song by Tool?
Are you 38 to 45 years old? You love all of our movies.
Oh, now I gotta Bruno our demo. We know our demo. So they're just giving, next week it'll be like Disturbed. So yeah, no, we carry on. Toot toot. Next train, next stop, episode 6.
There we go, because we're not going to be able to record anymore. So we'll leave the train in the background, and we will come to you next week with hopefully a non-filler episode as we careen towards the finish of Alien Earth.
We're steaming towards it. Good night.
I think these is coal powered. I don't know if they do steam. Although, does coal heat water, which then powers a steam engine? That's the question.
I don't know.
Is that what's going on with trains? I don't know train locomotion.
What's going on with trains?
Let's talk trains. I like
train talk.
Boxcars, locomotives.
I love a good boxcar. What about the caboose, though?
Ooh.
What is up with that caboose?
Like, big caboose guy.
I know. I'm a caboose guy myself, but all right. Well, that'll do it for train talk. Get your conductor's hats.
Check in next week for more train updates.
Yeah, it's gonna be talking track. That's what I'm gonna get into. Talking track.
Laying track, talking track.
Laying track, talking track. We're gonna talk to some guys that have made.
I got a great train fact to carry us out. I saw this on Instagram the other day. Train wheels are not perfectly circular or flat on the bottom, which you would imagine would be the case so that they can stay on the tracks. They are slightly rounded in order for them to go around the curve without naturally going off.
That's crazy. What? I thought those things were fucking flat.
You did, and now you don't.
Well, like when we figured out the Earth wasn't flat, and then there was today.
Well, actually, the Catholic Church condemned the man that first brought up the idea that potentially the Earth revolved around the sun and not the opposite. And then they later apologized years later after they tried to sentence him to death and only ended up sentencing him to prison, essentially, for the rest of his life. That was Galileo Galilei.
So sad. I feel bad for him. So
I feel bad.
That's our train facts. We've got
it's tough beat.
Luke will be hearing from the train advisory telling him to shut it down, to not let that information get out there, but we have disclosed it.
Conductors across the United States are emailing me currently, calling my phone, blowing it up, saying you can't tell the people they're not flat.
Conductor847@gmail.com. Ray, your podcast.
Hey, I also have these gift.
What the fuck?
I also have these gift cards that I want to purchase for people in my life. Could you pay for them first, and then I'll hit you back?
Boom! Bringing it full circle. Good night, folks.
Thanks, Chris.